My name is Usman Amjad, and I am working as Head of Business Administration in one of the fast-paced German multinationals in Pakistan. At first, I would like to thank the Office of Corporate Linkages and Placement of UMT, who has given us this chance to talk to the students that are future of Pakistan. Today, I feel very happy because always I dreamed of that I should be sharing my experience, my own experience with many students that might help them to choose their future, to choose what is good for them, to choose what is good for Pakistan. So here I am, guys, to share my very own experience with you. I was admitted in Urdu medium school. At that time, obviously, I did not know what difference does it make if you're in English medium school or if you're in Urdu medium school. Time was passing by, and I was achieving good positions as well. I was on average third position in every result, but the thing was that the personal grooming was not there. So when I was in 5th grade, I really think that this is not the school that I should be reading and studying in. So I asked my parents that we should be looking for some good schools, obviously, because the thing is, I actually belongs to a Sheikh family, and in Sheikh family, mostly parents, they do believe that our son will study up to some extent, and then we'll take him with us in the business. I was having a good acumen of business as well, because everyone at my home was a businessman. My uncle, my father, my grandfathers. So the business element was there, but obviously I need to polish it. I need to polish it with the good education and communication skills. So I just started by convincing my parents that we should change the school. So we just shifted to the new school, and everything was changed for me from that time. Environment was very good. The friends were really very supportive, and I know one of my friends who really supported me a lot to cover up all the syllabus that I've missed, because I was admitted a little late in my class in grade 6. My position was improving in that period. I was working very hard, and the teachers were convinced that I'm a hardworking student. So they started actually working on me, and I obviously given them a response of studying hard, working day and night. I remember I used to go to school at 7 a.m. in the morning, and at 2 p.m. it was not really the end of classes. It was actually a break when it was the end of the school for other guys. We actually used to get a break for 15 minutes break, and then we had to come back to our classes to study till 4 p.m. in the evening. And obviously, since that was the matric era, I was preparing for my matriculations. So I had to go to my tuition center from 4 to 6, and then from 6 to onward I used to study myself. What happened was I was really able to secure a very good number, which was like 86% in 2007. At that time I was confused, because there was no one to help me, to support me in my decision making, and everyone was just busy in the business, obviously. My father used to tell me, Usman, just look, I don't know, I don't care whatever you study, you just tell me the fees and I will just give it to you, and you're free to study everything you want, and once you're done, there's no problem, I'm available, you can come and sit with me in my own business. That was not the thing that was made for me. After passing my matriculation exam, I really felt that there should be something, because it always starts with knowing yourself. I knew that I can do something better. I knew that I can do something big. So after passing my school, I could have achieved very good numbers in FSC as well. And in fact, I started FSC classes before even the college started, because I have heard that in government college, usually all the students that come have finished their syllabus altogether, and they're just sitting in the classes and giving the test and all that. So I actually started Jameel Academy to start studying the FSC course, and it went very well. At that time, I did not really qualify for GC merit, and it closed as 732 and I was 710. It was far behind the required target, the required numbers, and I felt honestly really very bad that I did not go into GC. That was my dream. I also tried in FC College, but FC College were fine. My name was there in the list, but I I thought that if GC is not there, I am not going to FC anyway. Someone from my school just recommended that if you're having a business background, then commerce is a good thing for you. I was already very confused in deciding things for me, that what should I do. But since I knew myself that I can do something very big, I can achieve things that really will matter to my family as a whole, I thought, okay, that ICOM will be a good thing for me since it is particularly related to the business. So I just went in to ICOM. But honestly speaking, when I went there, looking at the whole course outline and the structure of Punjab College, I felt really amazed at how things are working really here, because what I have aimed for the college and universities were quite different. So at that very moment, I prepared my mind that I will not be pursuing BCom after I've done with ICOM. I have prepared really hard in ICOM, and I was able to secure 900 out of 1100 marks in ICOM, which was a very good total. And between my studies, I've heard some teachers saying about the chartered accountancy. At that time, obviously, I was not really serious about pursuing the chartered accountancy, because I've already heard that it is quite difficult, and people are married and they're having kids and they are not just qualifying it. So it was not my thing, honestly. But then after completing ICOM, I really thought that what should I be doing if I'm not doing anything else than chartered accountancy. BCom was one option. FSC, I've already quitted it. So there was not really a thing that I can do, and I said that, okay, let's do a little search about chartered accountancy. So I actually started working on it. I went to the college and I just asked the details, and since my numbers were good, entry test got exempted and one paper was also exempt for me. So I have started working in two modules. There were actually 4 modules in CA Inter. So in module A and module B, I just combined these two modules and I just started studying. Alhamdulillah, I got passed in the first attempt in module A and module B combined, and then I appeared in module C and then module D, and alhamdulillah I qualified in all papers in first go. In all that scenario, what I am trying to emphasize is that knowing yourself is very important. I actually knew that I can do something better, I can actually do something bigger. Chartered accountancy was always a very big thing, that whenever someone hears, he said chartered accountancy, even people say me nowadays, are you qualified? I mean, you're just in your 30s and you're still we don't believe that you're qualified. So this was a thing that I have in my mind as well, that accountancy is something that is really difficult, and people just not just qualify, they just stay in there for the rest of their lives and they just don't qualify, and when they get out without qualifying, it is really embarrassing for them, I know. And I fear that thing as well when I was starting it, that what if I do not qualify by any time? What if I have to make a decision whether I will be continuing my chartered accountancy, or I really need to get married and make my family and just support my family as well. But that was the fear that I have in mind. But I think everyone have that fear, But the thing is, if you're really trusting Allah, if you really have a positive feeling that you're putting your hard work, and it is Allah who will just support you and who will just take you through every hardship, I think things come much easier for you. It wasn't stopped there. It was only CA Inter. The bigger part was after it. It was CA final examination. And what was the scheme for CA final examination? After passing CA Inter, we normally go to the firm and we have to spend like 3 or 3.5 years, depending. If you pass in first attempt, you will be spending only 3 years. And if you don't really pass in first attempt, you have to have 3.5 years completed to get your articleship certificate. Because clients in the morning, we used to do audit all the time from 9 to 6 p.m. and then it was classes, and then I used to study for myself as well. At that time, what I did wrong was that I should be focusing on those things that are important at first, and then I should be focusing on those things that are not really important. Since my strategy was not correct at all. I did not study to pass the examination. Actually, I was studying to cover the course. Out of 4 papers, I only passed one, and I got failed in 3. One thing is very important that I should share with you guys. If you're positive, you will somehow reach your destination. There will be many hardships, but that doesn't really mean that you cannot go there. I passed my final examinations, so it took me some time to go there, but when I reached there, the view was fantastic. So one day, my friend came and he just told me about an opportunity in one of the healthcare sector that I'm currently working in, that they have an opportunity of business administrator. At first I said that since I have no experience and it is very hard for me to get in there without an experience. One of my friends insisted that you should actually be trying for that opportunity and let's see what happens. I actually go there and my boss actually asked me that in your CV all I can see is that you are just an accountant. I'm giving you a business post and will you be able to perform your duties in it? From all the scenario that he explained, I really believe that this was something that was really made for me. I actually told him that since he was talking about the business thing and I belongs to a business family as well, so these are the things that is really into my blood, you know. And from that day till now, I believe there was not a single day when he actually regretted his decision of hiring me as a business professional for that particular post. He was very happy that he had me, and I was really very happy too that I'm finally in an industry to work with that I really dreamed of. But things were not really good for me at that time as well. I was admitted as the head of business administration when most of the people from organization was not expecting me. My very own subordinate, he was actually of the view that he should be promoted into that post, and when I got there, he was not really very happy. And to be honest, he was not really ready to support me. And whenever I asked for some data, he always said that, oh, this is not the thing that I can provide, and this is not the thing that I will be working on. Or, you know, he was having a lot of excuses for that particular item. But the thing was, remember, in every walk of life, uh, you should be having grip of what you are doing in a particular field. If you don't know what you are doing, or if you don't know how to do this, you will not be succeeding for very long. Sooner or later, people will know that you are not able to execute what is given to you, and they will find a replacement for you. So it was something that was a challenge for me. And since I was very enthusiastic at that time, I really did not ask him to provide me what I need. This is particularly about the managerial skills and how do you manage your team, you know. There was actually 3 subordinates, one in Karachi, one in Lahore, and one in Islamabad. For Lahore, I was appointed as the head of business administration for the whole country, and for Lahore region, I have that particular guy with me who. So I actually started building my own database. I worked from day to night. I remember that I even spent my weekends there for gathering all the information that I needed. And there was a lot of things that were missing at that time. And it was quite a good job for me to, identify all those loopholes and all those leakages that was really causing profitability to go down. So with the passage of time, the first thing was that he was admitting that I was one who was not actually counting on him, and whatever data was needed, I can prepare myself. And the second one was, I knew that he was not very fair at that time with me, but I did not really show it off to him, and I did not use my managerial card to just press him and just ask him to work for me, or just just do whatever I want. No, that was not the thing. I was listening to him. Actually, what happened was, he was not very happy with the organization system. He was of the view that there are some people who are being awarded good, and he was the one who is being deprived of the financial benefits that others are getting. So I actually worked with him. I actually asked him what actually he wanted and what has happened with him in the past. And I did ask from other colleagues as well that what they have in their mind about him. So I really reached at the conclusion that he was someone who was really very straightforward. He usually don't keep something in his heart, and he just used to say it very straightforward, and most of the people were not very happy. And since in organizational structure, it is very important for us to have a good relationship with everyone. He was not maintaining a good relationship with everyone too. So what I realized, that he's a good person, but all he wanted was a good attention and a financial benefits. So I actually started working with my management to just to see what we can do for him. I got approved for him quite a couple benefits, and then he was happy. And actually, I must say that he's the one that I am just trusting most from my team members. And this was the thing that I really find very helpful for the people as well, that if you find someone who is not really very happy for you, or he's not actually supporting you, that doesn't really mean that he doesn't like you. There may be many things that that have happened with him that you really don't know, and you need to dig into it to find that what is causing this, and how you can overcome this. So that was the thing that was really helpful for him as well, and for me as well, to get to know my leadership skills, that you should not just pressing other hard to just do one thing. It is the matter of fact that ask them politely and in a good manner as well. And there are a couple of people around me as well, which I still know that are very good, and they're not happy because their managers are just not listening to them, and they are just not a good boss. So when I was done with that particular issue that I had, there was time for me as well to grow up. My management was asking me that you're working good, but since you are having a collaboration with the management, with the regional management, you should actually be working on your personal growth as well. Since I was not admitted into English medium school, and I was always was not really confident about my presentation skills, I really thought that this is something that I might be failing in. But then, this is something that I must say that it is hardworking and believing in yourself. That if you know that you can do this, and if you keep on pursuing that particular thing, there's nothing that you cannot do. So what happened was, I started actually taking 1 or 2 meetings, and at the first meeting, I must tell you that I was very confused that okay, everyone will be there from the management, and there will be quite a forum, and if I do not do very good, what will happen, and I will just lose my image in the first meeting, and the rest of the years will be very hard for me. But actually, one thing that I should be sharing with you is that he just recommended me that if everything is asked from you, just reply it. Don't just complex it for yourself. If it is asked about product A, just don't mention product B or product C. Just give a brief reply of what you know about product A, and that's it. And things will start coming to you later on. About health and fitness, I was always very cautious about my health, and the person you're seeing me right now was not there at the time when I was starting my chartered accountancy. So I had one thing in my mind, that I used to work out as well. So I have made my routine in a manner that I used to go to work out after the Fajr prayer in the morning, and I used to work out for like 1 hour, and then I used to come back and just rest for a while, because if you're really working out, you need to be relaxed for a while, and you need to have a very good sleep and very good diet. If anyone you is aiming to have a good diet and a good workout, then I must tell you that you should be having a good companion with you, the one who is actually working out with you. I know, because if you're really working out by yourself, you'll not be able to get more weights, and you will end up in a situation that you will not be improving. So having a good companion with you in the gym is very important. And if you don't really know that how to start it, you should be actually having a personal trainer for like 3 or 4 months in the start. That is sufficient. So I did the same way. I had personal trainer for like 2 months, and when I knew that okay, these are the things that I can do myself now, I asked him that, I mean, it was really good to have you, and now I would like to have my own companion with me, and we'll be working out together. Finally, I would like to conclude that I was completely a different person when I was in my 20s. But what I had in mind was that I should be working hard, I should be positive, and I should actually know myself, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. So I actually worked on them, and here I am in front of you. Alhamdulillah, I have been working on this post like for 3 years now. Alhamdulillah, people do know me in my organization and in my region as well. So, very clear message that I have for all of you is, don't lose your heart. Be positive. This is something that only you can do. If things are not really working out for you, don't worry. You need to work even harder to go up there and achieve what is made for you. Finally, I would like to thank UMT and all the students who are watching my video. I hope a little from my experience will help you a lot. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.